Hi guys, my name is Tina Guo, and I am here today to tell you about the new Tina Guo Artist Series library from Cinesamples. I had a great time working with the Cinesamples guys for almost the last 2 years developing this, and I recorded the acoustic cello, the electric cello, and also the Chinese erhu. And the guys from Cinesamples will be telling you a little bit more about this, and specifically Patrick will be doing the walkthrough video that you're about to watch, so please stay tuned and I hope you enjoy.
Hey guys, I'm Patrick with Cinesamples, and I'm here to show you our latest Artist Series Tina Guo library. So the way that this library is laid out is we've got 3 different types of instruments here. We've got electric cello, acoustic cello, and erhu, and each of them have sort of a similar patch listing, phrases, rhythm loops, sound effects, drones, phrase building, stuff like that. So I'm going to start by showing you the electric cello phrases patch. So this is the patch here. All of the electric cello patches have 2 different pages. They got the main page and the effects page. The effects page is like a pedal board. It's got sort of a complicated signal chain going on here. We've got 3 different types of distortions, delay, reverb, all that good stuff. And on top of that, on the first page, you can change which amplifier you want. So we have 3 different quote unquote mic positions for the electric cello. We've got Tina's amplifier that we recorded. We have a clean amplifier, and we have a DI box. And then we have 3 other amp modeling plugins as well. So let me just kind of show you what some of this sounds like. Turn that down. So the way that this is mapped out is basically just all these blue keys down here. These are just one shots, single whole phrases. If you hold the note down, it plays through the whole phrase. So something we wanted to do differently with this patch, when I work with phrases, if I have some sort of recording that has melodic content to it and I'm trying to put it into my piece, it's always kind of annoying because first you have to figure out, okay, what key is this phrase recorded in, and what key is my piece in? And well, okay, if the phrase is in E flat and my piece is in F, then I got to pitch shift this up a whole step and blah, blah, blah. And it gets kind of complicated and annoying and tedious. And so one of the features we have for this patch is a key knob. And so you can set it to whatever key you like. So let's just put it in C. So whatever key you set, it'll automatically pitch shift the phrase to fit that key. And it doesn't change the timing of it because we're using time stretching. Right? So that's a useful feature. We've also got a speed knob. So it ranges from half time to double time. Right? Let me show you what some of the amps sound like. So that's Tina's amplifier. Here's the clean amp. Here are some of the amp modeling plugins. And lastly, we have the DI box. So let me show you more about the effects page. So I've already talked about the pedals a little bit and the signal chain. Let me show you some of the other cool features we have. So we have a preset loading and saving system. So we have different presets here. Let me show you some of them. We've also got what we're calling the chaos button. It randomizes the sound, so it kind of just sets some random values for these. And sometimes you get something that's really good. Let's say you really like this sound and you want to save it. You just click here, type in your preset name, my preset, and then you choose a slot to save it in. So I'm going to save it to, I don't know, I'll save it over, let's go over that slot. And now you can load it whenever you want. So just go here, click the preset name, and there it is. And something to note is whenever you save a preset, it'll be available in every patch for that instrument. So in every electric cello patch, you're going to have access to all of your presets. All right, another cool feature we have is the preset morpher. So let's say you want to start with, I don't know, some preset. How about this one? All right. What the preset morpher does is it takes your source preset or whatever preset you're on, and you choose a target preset here. So let's choose the preset we just made as the target preset. It'll morph all of the send effects and distortion that are on. So like if we put all of these on, all 5 of these, and here, let me MIDI learn this. It'll be useful. Here we go. All right, so you'll see when I move this, all the values of each of those pedals is changing. It's morphing to the values of whatever preset you set here. So, you know, if I'm all the way here, it'll be whatever values are on our preset, the one we selected, and if you morph it, right? All right, and if you want to start over, or you want to just bypass all of these, just hit the all off button. It will bypass everything. So that's the phrases patch. Let me show you the rhythm loops patch. And we'll try a different preset here. Let's try this one. All right, so this is a similar patch. But these loops are tempo synced. So if you lower or raise the tempo, it'll follow it. Let's do a faster tempo. And again, you can set your key, so everything will be in whatever key you set. All right. And again, you can use whatever presets you want, whatever pedals you want. You can customize the sound however you like. So that's the rhythmic loops patch. Let me go ahead and show you the effects patch. This patch is unique because we have sort of a custom plugin that I created for this. So Contact doesn't have a granular synthesis plugin, but we thought that granular synthesis would just be awesome for this patch. So what I did is I implemented granular synthesis in KSP. Let me turn it off actually first and just show you what these sounds sound like without any added plugins. Right, so it's really creepy sounds, you know, great for sound effects, maybe, you know, creating custom risers or, you know, hits, you know, stuff for horror cues, things like that. So again, this is the sample with no grain effect. Here it is on. And we have this other control, grain width, and this just sets sort of the stereo effect of the granular synthesis. So you can create some truly creepy, weird sounds with this patch. Let me tell you about the mapping of this patch. So the way this patch works is, let me go back to the default here. So each key stores its effects settings, per key. So if I wanted this G to be pitch shifted, right, that's not going to affect the A right next to it. Right, so each key remembers which settings you set for it. If you want to just have sort of a blanket setting for all the keys, you just go to whatever setting you want and hit apply to all. So now everything is up an octave. So let's go ahead and create a quick preset here. Let's make a low granular effect. I'll hit apply to all. That's really cool. So let's say I want to save this mapping. I just go here, type in my name. Or the preset name, rather. And I'll save it. And there you go. That's the effects patch. Some of these sound really funny on the DI. Let me show you that. Turn that off. Right. Okay, that's the electric cello effects patch. Okay, here we have the electric cello drones patch. This patch is basically, well, let me just show you. They're just basically these performances. We recorded Tina playing low droney type sounds for just a long performance, and she kind of morphed that drone into her own performance. And so as the drone goes on, new interesting things happen, but it's still just sort of like a pedal drone. And these samples are really long. So we thought it would be really interesting to not only have access to the full performances down here on these blue keys, but up here, these are basically different segments of the performance. And what you can do is, when you move the mod wheel, it changes where in the performance you are. So if you move it, up, you go towards the end of that really long drone. So this is a really cool way of just getting some pedal sounds that kind of evolve over time. These sound pretty cool with the DI. Okay. Okay, this patch is what we're calling the phrase builder. It's basically sort of a more complicated, more customizable version of the basic phrases patch that I showed you at the beginning of this video. So let me show you how it works. So you see there's blue keys and there's yellow keys. The yellow keys are the full phrases and they're on the C's and F sharps. I'll change that preset. We can keep it there. Right, and then each of the blue notes after the yellow key play different segments of that phrase. So, you know, the C sharp would be the first segment. And so on and so forth, and then they just go up. And the Fs are the ending notes. So if you want to end your phrase, you know, you can play one of those Fs or Bs. These green keys down here, on these keys, you can map phrase segments to these keys. So let me show you how this works. Let's say you're just trying to, like, you know, you're just playing around with this. You're like, oh, I really like that one, and I like that one, you know. And let's say you don't want to have to memorize which keys these are. You want to just map them to these green keys so you know where they are. You turn on the Learn button, and you hold down whatever green key you want to map. There. Now I just mapped that sample to that green key. And I'll just turn Learn off, and now I can trigger those from those keys. Right, so this is a quick and easy way of mapping your favorite phrase segments or whichever segments you want to use, mapping them to those green keys so you don't have to like remember where they are. Let me show you how you can create your own custom phrase with this thing. This blue note down here, this B below the green keys, this plays back in order whatever you have mapped here. Right, so I just created my own custom phrase and played it back with this. And it sort of crossfades each of the phrase segments into each other to make it sound natural. So let's say you want to play this phrase in your piece and you want to save it, right? So that you can use it in future projects or whatever. Just type in the name here. All right, and I'll save it over that one. Just click Save button. It'll overwrite whatever your current preset is. And yeah, so then you can change presets. So see how when I change this preset, it has a completely different mapping here. Right? And if you want to access, you know, even more phrases here, just change the phrase style. These scale downs are actually really useful. Let me show you those. And you can change the pitch of it to suit your key. And again, we have the basic speed controls. Right? Okay, here's the electric cello articulations patch. This patch basically has, you know, sustains, shorts, pizzicato, you know, more of the traditional sampling elements that you would expect. So let's put on a different patch here. So here's what the shorts sound like. We've got pizzicato. For these, I tend to use a more clean setting. Okay, and we have an arpeggiator that you can use to basically whatever notes that you're holding down. Whatever notes you're holding down, it'll just play them in time. And so this is set to the up mode, so it'll start from the bottom and go up. You can also do down. And random is pretty cool. It just randomly picks from the notes you're holding down. Okay. Here's tremolo. Sustains. Right, and you can hold down the pedal for these. So the sustain pedal works for holding out the sample. Okay, and here's the harmonics. Let's change that preset. All right, so it's a creepy sounding articulation. And again, you can change whatever pedals you want, whatever amp setting you want. It's all here. Okay, so the layout for the acoustic cello, very similar to all of the other patches that I showed you in the electric. So the phrases will work roughly the same way. And let me show you what those sound like. So these are more obviously classical, more elegant sounding than the electric. And again, whatever key you set, all the phrases will automatically be shifted to it. So the GUI is a little bit different on this page than the electric. Rather than amp models, we have mic position sliders here, close and room, and you can adjust the amount of reverb you want on each of those mics. Here you can change the impulse response or the reverb and stereo effect overall on the patch. Same thing applies with the key labels and the speed. The back is a little bit different. It still works the same way. You have presets. You can save them exactly the same way. The chaos button. works the same way. Right? All right, so that is acoustic phrases. Here's the tempo synced rhythmic loops patch. Right? Works the same way as the electric. You can change the key with the key switches down here. All right, so I'm just going to quickly go through here now. Okay, acoustic drones works a little bit differently from electric drones. Let me show you. So these yellow keys here, these represent intervals from a C root. So if you play this E, it's going to be a major third. Right? Let's get a more reverberated preset going. Okay. And that is acoustic drones. Okay, so the acoustic FX patch works the same way as the electric. You've got certain sound effects mapped across the key range. Right? Works the same way. The granular effect is especially cool in this patch. Let me show you. And again, we have the different presets here. Right? Okay, so that's acoustic effects. Here's the acoustic phrase builder. Works the same way as the electric phrase builder in terms of mapping phrase segments to the green keys, saving presets, loading presets, and then being able to play your own phrase with this blue key. So there's a couple different phrase styles to choose from here to get access to all the phrases. So these are the Asian ones. So again, the yellow keys on the C's and F sharps, those are the full phrases. Right? Let's try a different one. Let's try. Show you some of the Middle Eastern phrases. So again, everything in between the C and the F sharp are phrase segments from the full phrase. So let me show you how to make your own phrase here once more, really quick. Okay, so I've mapped some keys here, some phrase segments, and I'm going to play them back now. Right? So that's the phrase builder, the acoustic cello version. Okay, last but not least, we have the articulations and arpeggiator patch for acoustic cello. Let's try a different preset. Let's go back to this one. I got no close mic signal. Here, let's try this. A little less reverb, no delay. You know, you can morph the sound however you want. And the arpeggiator works pretty well with this patch, I think. Right? Here's pizzicato without the arpeggiator. Sustains. And again, you can use this with the sustain pedal. Okay, so one of the things about the sustains in this patch, if you play the sample or if you hit the key soft at a soft velocity, it starts the sample at the very beginning or more towards the beginning than if you hit it hard. Right, so that just gives you a little bit more dynamic control. Okay, and last but not least, we have the quarter articulation. These are just long shorts, basically. And if you cut them short, they will release. All right, and that is the acoustic cello articulations. All right, and here's what the Erhu interface looks like. It's pretty similar to the acoustic interface. It's got the same controls, impulse response, stereo with reverb sends, close, and room mics. And the effects page is the exact same as acoustic cello. The only difference being that we have different presets for the Erhu. Okay, so here's the Erhu phrases. Let me show you what they sound like. Let's try a different preset. Let's try this one. Same controls here, key and speed. So, you can lower the key if you want. All right, and that's Erhu phrases. Okay, here's the Erhu phrase builder patch. Again, it works the same way as the acoustic and electric phrase builder. In this case, the phrase style groups are grouped into different keys. You can, of course, change the key with the pitch knob also. But if you want to know what the source keys are, you can check here. All right, so again, the C's and F sharps are the full phrases. Something I don't think I mentioned before about the phrase builder is like, let's say you map a few segments. So let me just do that real quick. I'm going to hold down the green key and then play whatever segment I want to map to it. Okay, let's say you've made a mistake and you want to remove one of those. You can either learn over it. So instead of right now, what we have on the F is this. Let's say we want to write over it. So just turn the learn back on, hold the F down, and play a different segment. See, now it's the new segment. And if you just want to remove a segment from the mapped region altogether, just hit the remove button and click whatever segment you want to remove. Okay, so that's the Erhu phrase builder. Works the same way. Okay, here we have the Erhu effects patch. And let me show you what these sound like. Okay, let's put on a different preset. All right, here's what the granular effect sounds like on this patch. Let's try something different. Okay, and that's the Erhu effects patch. All right, here we have the Erhu longs, which consist of sustain and tremolo. So here's the sustain. And tremolo. This is what the room mic sounds like. All right, that's it. That's the library, and I hope you like it. If you have any questions or comments, even any super technical questions, I'll be able to answer them for you. Just comment on the video, and thanks for watching.